Wednesday, July the 20th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East along with you. Here's a look here during the 5 o'clock hour this morning from the Avalon Pier web camera there in the beautiful North Carolina Outer Banks. The temperature there at 73. Wind is calm. Look at the windsock and the flag there along the pier. Just kind of hanging there with a still July morning underway. Had a lot of heat again across the southeast and the Plain states. I tell you, the heat really continues to build back in the plains. It's a really hot week back that way. Now let's look at the Carolinas. You had Columbia at 97, 92 in Wilmington, 95 for the high in Charlotte, 80s in the mountains, outside of the foothill areas, the Virginia border areas, low and mid 90s across the Triad viewing area, and it was low and mid 90s around the Charlotte viewing area. In fact, a lot of folks in the mid 90s back on Tuesday afternoon. Certainly a hot and steamy weather scenario. Temperatures during the 5 o'clock hour this morning, a lot of 70s on the board, a few 60s mixed in here and there, and it is still very muggy overall. But this will be changing a bit as we get deeper into the day. More on that coming up in just one moment. Now, as we look back at yesterday, we did see these scattered thunderstorms rumbling throughout the region. Again, kind of an active day. As expected, the severe weather threat a little bit higher yesterday than what we have seen on recent days. And we had some pretty potent clusters of storms move through portions of the viewing area and the region as a whole. There's what it looked like in the northwestern sections of the Triad area. That's where you had some pretty intense thunderstorms rumble through. And you just kind of follow the path of some of these storms around the Carolinas. You can see there were some pretty intense storms out there from time to time. Now, there's your storm report map. Much more widespread were the storm reports yesterday than what we have seen the previous couple of days. I'll highlight a couple of the Triad area storm reports. Yadkin County, some near Yadkinville, some trees and power line damage. Same story up around parts of Stokes County during the 6 o'clock hour yesterday evening. And we'll go down here and take a peek at a couple of the Charlotte viewing area reports. Had this cluster of storms drop from Rowan County down through sections of Cabarrus County. So you had, for instance, there in Rowan County, tree blown down in the Mount Ulla area. Numerous reports of wind damage around Concord, in Harrisburg there, and on down from there to Union County. You continue to have some issues with wind damage even into the midnight hour last night. Now, this is the radar of the past couple of hours, and one last little shower has been moving through central North Carolina as I got this video, but really the lion's share of the storm's pushing off to the south, and notice how quiet it is upstream here through parts of the mid-Atlantic region. That is the air mass we'll get to enjoy for today. So, some slightly drier air moving in behind this front. Rain chances very, very limited across the I-85 corridor areas today. Notice in the Triad, for instance, these winds out of the north throughout the day. So, in response, our dew point temperatures over the I-85 corridor much lower than where they have been. So at least down into the workable territory there on our dew point comfort scale for today. Tomorrow, low and mid 90s out there. I'm sorry, today, low and mid 90s out there for your highs across the area. Now, as we get into tomorrow, a little bit muggier. The chance of a few afternoon storms begins to return, and there's your highs for Thursday. And then the heat really builds. Maybe one or two storms Friday. I think most of us are going to be dry, and everybody's seeing the heat begin to crank. There's your Friday highs. And again, this ridge off to the west of us begins to expand in here over the course of the weekend for Saturday and Sunday. So here we go. There's your Saturday highs across the region. Sunday looking very, very much the same. A lot of heat on tap for the weekend. Tropics still very quiet all across the Atlantic basin. No sign of any tropical issues. Pretty healthy tropical wave off the African coast. But there's a lot of dry air here by the Atlantic Ocean. That's really impeding tropical development. Still pretty active in the eastern Pacific. Darby and Estelle churning over those open Pacific waters. All right. Aloft. That's what's happening on the European model. This is this afternoon. Notice this little piece of energy there near the coast. That's what's driving the cold front to the south. Now, again, this is this afternoon. There's Saturday. Notice that ridge building in. There's Sunday. And then a trough tries to slowly work our way as we get deeper into next week. But let's talk about precipitation. This is this afternoon and then this evening on the GFS. Not much out there. Tomorrow, maybe one or two, we'll say a few afternoon thunderstorms a possibility. And then I think most of us dry outside of the mountains Friday. Saturday, same deal. Most of us outside of the mountain zones will be dry, although maybe this is actually a Sunday, so Sunday and then maybe Sunday evening, a little better chance late Sunday for a few thunderstorms. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You get the idea. It could be a few showers and thunderstorms around at times as you get into next work week. The hottest days, though, over the next 7 days will be Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, although it stays relatively hot for next week. All right, that is it for the latest edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thank you for watching. Everybody have a great day, and God bless.